It's another edition of Kaleidoscope on Channels Television. Thank you for joining us and welcome. I'm Anne Nwawadu. Our discussion on Kaleidoscope today focuses on the interventions of the rebranded Stephen Akintayo Foundation and the business arm of GTEXT Homes, as the CEO, Dr. Stephen Akintayo, highlights the organization's contributions to the real estate sector in Nigeria. Let's tell you about one of the real estate brands right here in Nigeria. We're talking about GTEXT Homes and its philanthropic arm known as the Stephen Akintayo Foundation. GTEXT Homes is a subsidiary of GTEXT Global, a group of companies made up of several subsidiaries. GTEXT Homes is focused on the real estate industry with a vision of being the #1 real estate company in Africa and a mission to build the largest green and smart homes and estates across the globe for the collective good of humanity using innovation and technology. The real estate's core values are integrity, innovation, energy, and excellence. GTEXT Homes believes in providing premium personal service now and well into the future with an amazing collection of landed properties strategically located to harvest from a bountiful land banking or own a shelter. The real estate firm creates a convenient, smart, and green home at any desired location across the globe. The philanthropic arm of the organization has been in existence for several years with interventions in different sectors in Nigeria, but it was rebranded as the Stephen Akintayo Foundation with the aim to expand its focus in charitable works beyond the shores of Nigeria. The organization is contributing its own quota to improve various sectors, bringing about overall development and growing its business. We'll now hear more from the founder and CEO of both organizations as it discusses the efforts made so far in Nigeria and the expansion into other countries. It's great to have you again on the show. I recall it's been over a year we had the last interview. Okay, yeah. Almost a year. Yeah. But I remember also then you talked about your future plans. Yes. So as GTEXT Homes, as Stephen Akintayo Foundation and all the businesses under an umbrella, how far have you gone?
Amazing. A lot has happened. Yes, a lot really has happened. I've published a new book, The Billionaire Code. We also, as at that time, I think we had just opened our Dubai office, so they're doing very well. Our US and UK office as well, so they're getting stronger and bigger. We also had some adjustment in or improvement in our vision of building 200 estates between now and the year 2035. Before now, it was just to build serviced estate where we just provide infrastructure, but now we're creating more of team estates that have some level of luxury. So some are golf courses that will be there, polo club. We're creating artificial lakes in some, and quite unique concept that we've since introduced. And construction has started. We've had to get in a lot of top professionals because of the issue of incessant bidding collapse. We had to get a new CPO whose last project is 112-story building in Dubai, who now oversees most construction. I know in Nigeria, highest you are even going is less than 30 stories. So you have somebody who's done 102 stories. So we're solid.
I can imagine. And we also talked about the green or smart estate then. How is that going?
Amazing. In fact, 19th of February, we are doing the first launch of some of those houses, and people can come in and see how they look. And the unique concept that we're building for the Nigerian market. But of course, in Dubai, a lot of the properties we sell are green. They are smart. Some not 100% green, but most of them are smart homes. Also, we have had to, we didn't expand into agric. We've already been into agric particularly agri-export in the last 8 years. But we've had to start growing some crops as well, instead of, because what we've been doing was more of commodity trade, where we just buy from farmers. But we had to then get a farm in Oyo State where we planted cashew, and this year we started harvest. We're currently harvesting some of those farms, the cashew we planted. And cashew takes 4 to 5 years before you harvest. We also now run the largest black-owned, Nigerian-owned or African-owned tech hub in Dubai, where a lot of Africans are able to have virtual office, physical office space. It's difficult to really run your business, particularly having a corporate account in Dubai. All that also we've been able to help a lot of businesses. Some also who are not resident in Dubai but wanted a virtual representation, because they have clients. So many of them are able to come to our hub and get representation. And that's been amazing, because it has also helped to start changing the narrative. The recent image we begin to have in the Middle East of a lot of Africans going there into cultism, drugs, and all that. So I believe these countries are excited to see a different company that is doing things the right way.
I see you pay lots of attention to the younger generation. Is there a reason why you focus more on them?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's very intentional. One is because I'm young myself, second is also that I could see that the way we've treated our heroes in business in Africa. And I felt it was because many of them didn't communicate how they started, how many of them suffered. So people just felt they were lucky. People felt it was government connection or something. So for me, I had to make sure I communicate my journey and my stories. That's why I authored the Billionaire Habits and the Billionaire Code, where I was able to share my story starting with 1,000 naira 14 years ago, and step-by-step process of how I got to where we are today. And I realized a lot of the wealthier people do not communicate the journey, the tough times, the hard times. So you don't have role models, they don't have heroes, and the only people communicating are the ones doing crimes. Yahoo boys, today you go to their Instagram, you see them flash what they do, you see them talk what they do. Now they are even having schools where they teach people that. Now, the people doing legitimate businesses don't have mentorship programs, don't have books, don't have coaching programs. Aside that, of course, they mentor people in their businesses as well. So we've had to change that, organize conferences. In fact, the last one we did a few weeks ago, we had to bring Cosmos Maduka to share how he built his empire from 200 naira. And we hope to do more of that, bring the richest guys to come share the basic starting point. Nobody got here by being wasteful, right? People invested, before they now could afford luxury, right? And that's been fantastic. I mean, on social media, you could see a lot of young people say, every day I look forward to your content. I'm inspired. I feel I can do it now. I feel I can make it. Because if we're not careful, mentally, young people have seen Nigeria as a prison that they need to escape from. They've lost hope. They think that the older generation has cornered everything to themselves, political position, businesses, and it's a lot difficult for their young people to thrive. And we've also structured our company in such a way that everywhere we have an office, we create accommodation. So here in Banana Island, we had to get accommodation for our staff here. And that became also was able to communicate a lot of value, not just to the staff, but to even people outside. That not every entrepreneur, is self-centered or selfish. Many also want you to have the kind of lifestyle that they enjoy as well. If you're part of those making their businesses to grow. So that has been really helpful. We have 90-something% young people. Average age is 25 in GTEXT all over the world.
So we talked about the older generation then. What do you think they should be doing better to mentor these younger generation that seem to be going astray?
I think they should talk to me. I really do.
What will you be telling them?
I really do. I really think they should talk to me because first of all, I understand both worlds. I feel they sometimes see themselves as endangered species. Good news, there's no wealthy person I know in this country or outside this country that I've asked a dime from. I mean, I'm doing well. But what I've asked is that can I work with you so we can mentor people? Not to give them anything monetarily, but to give them hope. Because the biggest issue is that we've sucked out hope from them. Many of the older generation had Zeke, had Awolowo. They had people they look up to. And these people used to go to their schools and share stories and inspire them, talk about how they fought for independence. They read about how these people, even in their books, if they didn't come to your school, there were books, there were histories. So you had role models. Who are the role models of Nigeria today? The only thing we see is somebody stole 5 billion, 10 billion, 20 billion. How will the youth believe they have a future? When they even try to contest, they are rigged out of the system. So for me is that we have two tales to share. One is that we didn't get it lucky. The older generation have to communicate that. That wasn't like they dashed us because the youth feel that way. Like you were given and you don't want to give us. So you have to share your story. If you don't share your story, how do we know that you also had to work hard, that it wasn't as easy as we're thinking? But secondly is also to then begin to share how some of our youths can do it better, right? We need the mentorship. Remember what happened during NSAS? A lot of the older generation started complaining, oh, you people went too far, you went too far. But how many of us remember there was the older generation saying, youth should better, in our days, we used to protest, we used to do this. So, so I remember one of those activists saying, we made a mistake, okay, we should have guided them. But you were the one saying, go out, fight for yourself. But again, would that have been managed better if the older people showed up, right, by day 4? And so I say, okay, let's do it this way, let's do it this way. And they will listen, right? Because I remember, speaking with the older elite, some of them that I know, they say, we allow our children go, right? So the issue is that you should have joined us at some point and say, hey, we need to also still midwife this process. So, and I'm even starting a TV show on this, and it's called The Big Talk with Stephen Akintayo, and I'm doing the same thing, midwifing the old political elite and the youth. So, those are, imagine a governor and a fowls or a macaroni, that's the concept we have, and we're discussing the issues, and both parties are saying their own side of the story, because we can't go into 2023 the way we are. Somebody has to bring both parties to the table, and we all find a way out.
On January 28th, which was your birthday, you made a change in name from Infinity Foundation to Stephen Akintayo Foundation. So far, Infinity Foundation has run for more than 11 years, right? But this new one now, well-structured, better put. What are your plans now, and what have you done so far?
Yeah, so our plan this year is we're giving 20 million in bursary awards. So on that day, we gave out 5 million. So we have 15 million to go. Also this year, we're building an orphanage, this year, as well as a school and a hospital. Also, we're working on an online university, which is going to be hybrid. So one part is business entrepreneurship mentorship. The other part is vocational mentorship. So tile making, graphics, bricklaying, aluminum work, so stuffs like that. Because that's also another sector. We want everybody to have a degree. And most of the universities were teaching what was outdated and had expired. And a lot of young people feel once I have a degree, I can't do tiles. And there's millions in the making tiles. There's million in aluminium or iron work, a lot of money in those sectors. And you can use your formal education to formalize the processes, right, of doing those things. And I remember a young man I saw, he didn't even finish secondary school. He's one of my best tilers, and the guy is in millions today, and he's not a graduate. He didn't even finish secondary school. But the graduates will say, no, it's beneath me. So we're starting an online university where you're able to do the theory online. Then you can then come in for 6 months internship for practicals. And we also make sure we train you how to write proposals so that when you're done, you are not necessarily looking for a job, but you can immediately start, applying to start owning your business and to people to do job for them as a company.
So it means you're promoting skills acquisition. It doesn't have to be white-collar jobs for everyone who graduates.
I think that's a major area that we need to work on, a major area. Major, because, not all of us can get a white-collar job, In fact, some of us who are doing well today, you could see me in this office, but you need to see me on site, trying to measure our land, acquiring new land inside the bush. I remember one day I wanted to buy this land, so the seller was like, you're too too, you can't enter the bush. I said, which one? Oh, yeah, let's enter. We combed the entire, it was shocked, right? So many of us who have made money were people who really were ready to, fold our sleeves and do the real work. While we're Infinity Foundation, we've sent more than 5,000 kids to school. While we're named Infinity Foundation, we've done several projects. We had one of the projects we used to do called Mentor and Orphan, where we'll bring orphans to come watch movie with successful people, have lunch, and just know that they are important as well. And we're not just coming to dump and donate and disappear. No, you're human, you're important, you're going places. And so that is one of our amazing projects. We've also gone international. Now we have a foundation we work with in Dubai. We work with kids from Bangladesh. Many of them are subjected to child labor at the age of 5. Right? Is that bad? I've seen poverty in Nigeria, but it's another level in Bangladesh. At the age of 5, people are subjected to go and work in construction site, both male and female. In fact, they select, if you are fairer, then maybe they prepare you for marriage at the age of 9, right? And you will see some of the mothers, because what the foundation did was to save mother and child. Some of the mothers, they were 35 and they look 60 because they started working at the age of 5, right? So we're working with that foundation so that a lot of their kids are now schooling in Dubai, and we're always involved in helping to pay some of their tuition fee. So I think we'll go international, and able to do a lot more in different African countries as well.
So let's talk about plans again for GTEXT HOMES and the rebranded Stephen Akintayo Foundation, and of course other businesses.
Another 10 years, hopefully we will be wrapping up 25,000 green and smart homes. With at least by then hopefully 180 estates that are not less than 20 to 50 acres or more. In another 10 years, hopefully, we'll have expanded from being in 4 countries, US, UK, Dubai, Nigeria, to at least another 30 countries. Hopefully, for the foundation, I think we should be looking at doing almost $100 million in charity projects. Because for me that's important. I believe the reason God gives you money is so that you can be a distributor, you're a steward of that money, and your job is to distribute it and make sure it goes around. And so hopefully God uses us in that role.
On the said birthday, on this 28th, even though I haven't received my birthday cake, you launched some of these books.
Yes.
And your plan was the proceeds will go to your foundation, and also help the people in need. What have you been able to do so far, and what is about these books that you wrote?
Well, so this is like the part 1, Billionaire Habits, and then but you can call the sequel, is now this Billionaire Codes. So because it was a Facebook series that turned to a book. Yes, so it was so long that we couldn't put it in one book, and then we had to put remaining parts. And basically it was about habits of wealthy people. A lot of times we feel people are rich by being lucky, right? You know, some cultures even say it's destiny. But if it was destiny, you see that 90% of rich people did not inherit it. In fact, those who inherit it always end up losing it in their own lifetime. So obviously there are certain things these people do, right? From work ethic to faith in themselves, that they can make it despite their background, to prioritizing value ahead of money. Because oftentimes what you see with people who are not that much successful is me, somebody can help me, somebody can dash me, somebody. Meanwhile, you're seeing a rich man say, what can we sell so that we can make more money? Both are saying the same thing, but their approach is different. Their habit is different, because your habit determines your actions and your decisions, and your decision determines your destiny. So the book was really to open people up, because in Africa we don't write books. Wealthy people don't write books. Successful people don't write books. And in other climes, they do that. Bill Gates has a book. Warren Buffett has a book. Right? You can go on and say a lot of. In fact, once you make your first $1 million, you write a book about it. Right? We don't do that here. And that's why it's annoying that we're complaining, because the things we needed to do, we're not doing. And the goal, because that happened, the first one is the profit from it, then goes into what we're doing, you know, with our foundation. And that we hope that a lot of those who are blessed by this book, beyond even the proceeds from the sales of the book, can later come back and donate and say, look, I read your book and it changed how I was able to view life and business, and today I'm worth X, and I'm coming back to donate to your foundation so that this can continue to spread. We're trying to work on the teenage version of the book. Maybe the words are more playful, we have some things in, and that can go for free to all secondary schools all over the world. Because we don't teach money in the university, money, right? And the real reason we go to university is to, you know, get a degree, get a job, so we're making enough money to pay our bills. Yet we now don't discuss the subject of money in the university, and which is the reason why people are not rich, you know. So the university has been turned to theory. Yeah, that's why many of the rich people today, all over the world, many learned informally, and their apprenticeship even is better. The Igbo apprenticeship model is even studied in Harvard now. It's a lot more effective in helping people to be wealthy than even the theories they read in the university. And that's part of what we share in the book. Go and look at somebody who already embodies what you want to be, and go and serve them. Right? Work in their company for a few years and use that to learn the business. Because, for example, there's journalism and there's the business of journalism. Two different things, right? And until you go and learn from somebody who understands the business of journalism, in many cases they didn't even study mass communication in the university. Many of them didn't, but they understood the business and ended up owning the business. And then sometimes you see the people who study the course are not able to even own media houses themselves. The goal is, as business continues to grow globally, as you people keep patronizing us, we continue to do more to add value to the society. It's not easy, but that's why we're here. And 2022 is a great year. It's going to be a great year.
You're seeing it already as a great year.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes. And thank you for coming. Thank you for always having me.
Thank you too. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Well, they say from what we get, we can make a living, but what we give makes a life. With that, we end the program for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, go to youtube.com/channelsweb, click on playlist, then scroll to Kaleidoscope, and you can watch and rewatch as many editions as you want. I'll see you very soon. Stay safe. I'm Anne Nwawadu. Thanks for watching.